FEATool Multiphysics. FEATool Multiphysics Finite Element Analysis Toolbox for Multiphysics is a physics finite element analysis FEA and PDE simulation toolbox. FEATool Multiphysics features the ability to model fully coupled heat transfer, fluid dynamics, chemical engineering, structural mechanics, fluid structure interaction (FSI), electromagnetics, as well as user-defined and custom PDE problems in 1D, 2D axisymmetry, or 3D, all within a graphical user interface GUI. FEATool has been employed and used in academic research, teaching, and industrial engineering simulation contexts. Distinguishing features: FEATool Multiphysics is a fully integrated physics and PDE simulation environment where the modeling process is subdivided into 6 steps: preprocessing CAD and geometry modeling, mesh and grid generation, physics and PDE specification, boundary condition specification, solution, and post-processing and visualization. Easy-to-use GUI. The FEATool graphical user interface GUI shown above was designed for ease of use and minimal prerequisite knowledge. Specifically, because of the full integration of CAD and simulation tools, users can switch between pre-processing, analysis, and post-processing modes to change simulation parameters, modify geometry and meshes to solution evaluation and visualization. In this way, FEATool can make up for any performance overhead by saving users time with problem setup and analysis. OpenFOAM and FEATool CFD solver interfaces. FEATool has introduced a multi-simulation feature whereby interfaces to popular academic and open-source solvers are developed. This feature enables these solvers to be used from the FEATool GUI and CLI without detailed knowledge of the syntax or peculiarities of each solver. The CFD solver interfaces allows fluid dynamics problems to be solved with the finite volume CFD solvers OpenFOAM and FEATool. Using the interfaces automatically converts incompressible Navier-Stokes FEATool models to compatible OpenFOAM/FEATool mesh boundary and control dictionary files, runs simulations, and afterwards imports and interpolates the resulting solutions back into FEATool. In this way, more advanced, larger and parallel CFD models, for example including turbulence, can be simulated without leaving the FEATool interface. FENICS Multiphysics Solver Interface. Similar to the OpenFOAM and FEATool solver interfaces, FEATool also features a fully integrated interface to the FENICS General FEM and Multiphysics solver. Using the FEATool FENICS interface, as both codes feature PDE definition languages, multiphysics problems can automatically be translated and converted to FENICS Python definition files, after which system calls to the FENICS solver is made and the resulting solution re-imported. Fully scriptable CLI interface. GUI operation is recorded as equivalent function calls, and therefore, in addition to binary formats, FEATool simulation models can also be saved and exported as fully scriptable and editable MATLAB-compatible mscript files. The short MATLAB script below illustrates how a complete flow around a cylinder computational fluid dynamics CFD benchmark problem can be defined and solved with the FEATool mscript functions including grid generation, problem definition solving, and post-processing, all in a few lines of code. Specifically, custom partial differential equations PDE and expressions can simply be entered and evaluated as string expressions as is, without need for further compilation or writing custom functions. External mesh generator interfaces. Similar to the external solver interfaces, FEATool features built-in support for the GMSH and triangle mesh generators. If requested instead of the built-in mesh generation algorithm, FEATool will convert and export appropriate grid into a DGMSH or triangle input data files, call the mesh generators through external system calls, and re-import the resulting grids into FEATool. Other distinguishing features: standalone operation without MATLAB or can be used as a MATLAB toolbox. Fully cross-platform MATLAB interoperability including other toolboxes. Extensive FEM basis function library linear and high-order conforming Pone5, non-conforming, bubble, and vector FEM discretizations. Support for structured and unstructured line interval, triangles, quadrilaterals, tetrahedral, and hexahedral mesh elements. 28 predefined equations and multiphysics modes in 1D, 2D Cartesian and cylindrical coordinates, as well as full 3D. Support for custom user-defined PDE equations. Mesh and geometry import, export, and conversion between OpenFOAM, FEATool, Dolphin/FENICS XML BD GMSH GMV, Triangle PSLG, and plain ASCII grid formats. Online post-proxying and image export with ParaView Glance, Plotly, and social sharing of results. External links and resources. FEATool Multiphysics website. Multiphysics showcase models and tutorials. FEA blog and technical articles. FEATool Multiphysics Quick Start Guide. FEATool Multiphysics online documentation.